Hi, my name is Dennis Jin, UR14CS309, and I'm here to explain the sixth experiment of Unix Lab, which is about user-defined functions. Here we have two experiments, two programs here to express the concepts in the user-defined functions. The first one being a banking application program. So we have a couple of main functions here: withdraw, deposit current, and display the current balance and all. So within withdrawal we have our code here. If the withdrawal number is greater than the current balance, then there is no sufficient balance. Else echo withdrawal amount. Current balance is equal to current balance minus the withdrawn amount, and you display the current balance. That's the program for withdrawal. Furthermore, moving on to our deposit program. We first print the deposit amount, and the current balance is equal to the expression of current balance plus the deposit, and then you print the current balance. And the current program is echo the current balance is echo current balance. Current balance is equal to 2500, and that's our default in this program, 2500. And while flag is equal to 1, do our options here: withdraw, deposit, current balance. So we enter the choice and through the variable ch, and while the flag is equal to 1, we have our statements here. Echo enter the amount to be withdrawn with. So basically these are just entering these are just modules to enter our inputs. So if you want to continue, you press 0, you press 1. If not, you press 0. And this is our flag that captures the user input if you want to continue or not. So yeah, the same is being done here for the second case. If first we enter the amount to be deposited into the variable DEP, and and if the user wants to continue, he presses 1. If not, the flag is set to 0. So that's our output here. So so here our program will set our default to 2500. I withdrew an amount of 2000, and it displays your withdrawal amount, your balance amount, which is 500. And I pressed OK when it asked me if I wanted to continue. Then on the second loop, I gave an input of 2, which represents the deposit program. So I deposited an amount of $2, and so that displays my current balance now, 502. I click continue and withdrew an amount of I check my current balance, which is 3, the option 3, and it printed 502. So that's the program right there. And moving on to our library management system, we have the functions add, search, borrow, return, and display. We also have to update the quantity of the books whenever it is borrowed or returned. And this is being done through a switch case and call statements and the call and using call required functions and perform necessary operations. So first we have root n, and for I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Do echo, enter the title. We read the title into our I value here. Echo enter the year. Likewise, we do the same, author name and the number of books. Next, we have our code block for entering the title, but for searching through the library system. So we're first told to enter the title, and we look for this goes into the variable tt, and we have a for loop here. For I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. For that, till the condition is met, we have a statement saying equalizing tt with the title. If it does match, then the return is book found with the details of the book. Otherwise, no book will be found. We can also search for the author name. In this case, we read the input into an. For I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. The same logic goes here. If it's found, it returns the book, otherwise no. It also asks for the quantity of books needed. So if we have a loop here, if if the bn book number is equal to the title of the array, then the the number of books is, and if the number of books is lesser than the number inputted, then we have our statement saying the book is not available. Else the expression would be number of books $i minus the number. That concludes that, and moving on to our next section, which is about displaying the details. We have a loop, for loop here. For I is equal to 0, I is less than $n, I plus plus. So we do the following: echo title, $title, $i. So this just basically prints all the details: the title, year, author, and number of books. Return books. So we enter the book name as bn and enter the quantity of books needed as nm. And for the for loop here, we have I is equal to 0, I is less than $n, I plus plus. Till that condition is met, we do this following statements here. We do these statements here. If book number is equal to the title, that array right there, then the echo number of books is updated. We print that statement, and then the number of books, $i is equal to the number of books, $i plus the number of books. Set that there, and here we have a switch case along with our option of 0 and 1 for continue / exit. Okay, and so yeah, this is the same thing. The same logic goes for everything. For the second option, we have search book by title, search book by author, and the options given so input can be so that the input can be read. And likewise, we have a statement at the end marking the flag if we want to continue or exit the statement. Likewise, the same is done for 3, 4, and 5, and we have our output here. So we have, let's just go back to our statement. Okay, so I have entered a book called Lion with the details 2014, author name, random author name, and the number of books, and I entered 1 as in I want to continue. Okay, and yeah, so I've entered continue, so the menu pops up again. This time I've entered search book, so it takes me to a display saying search book by title or by author. I've given it as by title, and I've entered the title, and the status is book found, and it displays the title, the details of the book, present book. Next, next we have, so I added a book called King with the year 2014 and the details and such. This time I entered the choice I want to borrow the book. So to borrow the book, I gave the option 3, and it asked me the name of the book I wanted to borrow, King, along with the quantity of books needed, 1. And so if I wanted to continue, I could have entered 1, otherwise 0. And that is basically the program right there. So that concludes our experiment on user-defined functions, implementing 2 programs, one being the banking application and the second one being the library management system. Thank you.